Let's take a look at how the ALMA, Arnaud Legoux moving average, can be used with Fibonacci tools to more quickly identify important changes in a trend. If you need to learn more about this indicator and Fibonacci tools, please check out the links in the description and pinned comment. If you are already familiar with these methods, let's jump straight into the real chart examples. For example, here was a moderate correction to a long-term uptrend. Basing a Fibonacci retracement on that bearish move projected an extension level to reference resistance at new all-time highs, which were eventually contacted. Even though there was no major bearish reversal immediately, there was still the telltale signs of resistance, and these minor downswings were confirmed, with price quickly trading and closing under the ALMA. Then, as this contentious area at the first 1.618 extension level was recontacted, it produced some minor upswings, with bullish intent being confirmed quickly as price promptly traded and closed back above the ALMA. When we readjust the Fibonacci retracement to cover the length of the recent bullish continuation, we can run levels cleanly through areas of congestion, gaps, and importantly, the recent few swing points. These swing points are quite sharp, and that's further reflected with price crossing the ALMA quickly during their formation. These characteristics can still be seen with these two downswings that do not directly contact Fib levels. And that can be the case sometimes, especially on index ETF charts like this, where minor moves are more frequent. And naturally, the significance of the swing points in terms of time range can be narrowed down more when a Fib time zone is placed on the first downswing from the highest price. Now let's diversify to a different type of chart and market with a Forex chart, which will demonstrate more significant moves, this time in a bearish continuation context. In particular, this is what to look for with a descending triangle. Around all those clear swing points, you will see candles quickly closing under the ALMA during downswings and quickly closing above ALMA during upswings. Then most importantly, when the support area at the triangle's base is being pressured first, slowly, then quickly, with a larger 3 methods falling candle formation. You will notice that the candles firmly stay under the ALMA before, during, and after the completion of the continuation pattern to emphasize the bearish momentum in the short, medium, and long-term context. Then if you recall from older videos about Fib levels and chart patterns, we can place a Fib retracement from the low to high of the triangle based on the range of its first upswing. And that quickly and conveniently projects levels for resistance and support that lineup with almost all swing points during the triangle. And when it completes the first major extension level at 1.618 is contacted. And that opposes the trend noticeably. Confirmation of this is soon seen with trading and closing back above the ALMA to form a relatively fast upswing. Then in terms of the element of time, we can add a Fibonacci time zone, but since this is a descending triangle, we aren't that interested in swing points during the triangle's development. We're mostly focusing on the time range when the pattern is more likely to complete, so it's useful to place a Fib time zone on that first upswing. But since this is a larger pattern in terms of time duration spanning several months, it is also useful to add a second Fib time zone and try out variations, which will usually be based on upswings that will be smaller and usually quicker as the triangle nears its potential completion, with that downtrend line getting lower. And usually you want to base the Fib time zone on upswings that directly contact the triangle's base of support, with the results ideally narrowing down the time of the triangle's break lower, intersecting time zone lines with the base of support at the end of the retracement range. And it's also a bonus that time zone lines can also run through the first extension level to narrow down the approximate area where there could be a bullish retracement after the bearish continuation. In a bullish continuation context, with a large-scale 3 methods rising formation, where price has less defined swing points, we can still see that generally, price will often trade and close above ALMA before, during, and after the completion of a strong continuation. Now as the strong uptrend starts meeting resistance, we see price quickly close back under the ALMA during these 2 downswings, which can be useful references to place Fib time zones on as they present the potential for a large-scale reversal with the successful completion of a double top. When that does happen, similar to the continuation situations we looked at before, price will tend to stay well below the ALMA as the strongest portion of the bearish move develops. Then we can place a fib retracement from the low to the high of the double top. The projected extension levels, together with the time zone lines, can highlight price and time ranges of greater importance. Since this is a developing downtrend, those areas can be critical places where bullish retracements could form. However, if price does contact those areas, it isn't enough that the downtrend flattens and slows down, or even rises a bit. If price cannot cross above the ALMA, especially with larger green candles and above average volume, the downtrend is more likely to persist. When price does start to make more consistent appearances above the ALMA after the gap up, it is interesting to see that both fib tools remain useful well into the future, highlighting price and time ranges where key developments happen during the bullish recovery, where the ALMA once again proves useful for identifying quick changes in the trend as price crosses above and below it during upswings and downswings, whether they are around Fibonacci intersections or not. Though once there is more neutral to bullish price action, it would still be useful to update the Fibonacci retracement to cover the range of the downtrend so far. Then place fib time zones based on the duration of that drop and the first upswing after it, and that produces similar results that are in fact improved. As you can see, when price is near retracement levels and/or time zone lines, the progress of swing points that form can be quickly and closely followed based on how price is closing around the ALMA. This next example combines familiar characteristics from before with moderate corrections and clear resistance, which allow for a fib retracement to be placed on the bearish move to project extension levels and resistance as price eventually continues the climb higher. Then when we add the element of time, we can use a trend-based fib time tool, since the recent bearish continuation over resistance covers a moderate time range. And that helps run a time zone line through the fib extension level to highlight the exact price and time of the recent downswing. That resulted in price quickly falling below the ALMA. When there is a major move, like with this double bottom reversal completing, we can add another ALMA indicator that covers a longer time range. That is 3 times the default setting of 9, for a good mix between short, medium, and long-term context, and like the classic moving average crossover. The chart is moderately to highly bullish when the ALMA that's based on a shorter time range stays above the ALMA that's based on a longer time range. With these familiar bullish continuation characteristics, it is more likely that price can continue to rise, and that will roughly be a climb that will cover a range similar in size to that first portion from the second upswing of the double bottom to the first downswing after it. Indeed, there is resistance once price climbs that approximate range, but that's not a guarantee of a major reversal, as seen by how price does close under the smaller ALMA, and even briefly dips below the larger ALMA. But there is no definitive cross of the smaller ALMA below the larger ALMA, which points to bearish weakness that allows for the uptrend to continue. In contrast, when there finally is that major reversal, we do see the smaller ALMA cross below the larger ALMA and stay below it for essentially the entire duration of the initial drop. And at these default settings, we don't have any fib levels running through the main reversal point. But this can be changed when we also consider these 2 less common first extension levels. To further combine the elements of price and time, we can place Fibonacci arcs with the full circles option, check to focus on that second upswing of the double bottom to arc and project resistance around those key downswings before and during the main bearish reversal. If you want to learn more about Fibonacci arcs and all the other tools, along with the ALMA indicator, please check out detailed videos on them with the links in the description and pinned comment.